Hello dear customizers, in this video I'm going to make an extension for Simucube 2 and it will be for QR2 from Fanatec base side. So the idea is that I want to place Fanatec QR2 base side on the Simucube to be able to use it with my Fanatec wheels that I converted to USB so I can use it with Simucube as a standalone wheels. Here I have my extension that we are producing right now on the QR2, so it is compatible, and if you want to order this you can just contact us through our web form, and this is the extension that we are working on right now also for the clasp for DD, and we are just waiting for some parts and then we can put this one into production. So make sure to stay tuned, subscribe and click the notification icon to be notified when these products go into production. The Simucube version will also be a product you can buy. If you like something like this and want to use Fanatec QR2 system, you can do it. So this is the material I bought for the extensions, and it is literally bigger than my lathe right here. So yeah, let's continue with this video and see how this extension is made. Now I can remove this and put this centering piece in, and this will hold the part nice and centered while I'm cutting it. And now I just need to measure to cut it. I do not need to be super precise with cutting this. I'm just going to leave like a millimeter or so more, and then I will just finish this to correct size later. And now I can remove my cutting tool and put this tool on, and I'm just going to flatten this part. And I can do the other side. Okay, now I need to drill a 16mm hole with this drill bit, and that means I need to put this back again. And now I'm going with 18mm drill bit to enlarge this hole, but I need to be careful up to which depth I'm going, because I do not need to drill it all the way, so I need to watch this scale and just drill it to correct depth. And on the other side I'm going with the 20mm drill bit. Okay, so now I can go to the final depth of this hole, and I'm doing this with this cutter. Right, so that's it. This side is done, and this side fits into Simucube. I already tried, so the inner part of this piece is now done. So now I just mark this measure and 30mm here, and now I can put the part in. I need to take out this part. I'm doing it with this cutter that is 45 degrees. Now I'm going to polish this part to give it a nice polished look. Okay, so this piece is now done on the lathe. It is nice and polished, all the outer surfaces are done, and now I need to drill the holes right here. And to do that I made these pieces, so the part goes in like this, and I have the template for the holes here, and this is the other segment that I need to put like this. And if I have different dimensions for the extension, I can just adjust this piece, and then I can drill the holes every time in the same place. Okay, so there are two problems with this. One of them is the holes are not quite in the center, so I need to figure out what happened there. And the second thing is, as you can see right here, there is some scratches. Those scratches happened when I was removing the tool that was used to transfer the holes. So I need to redesign this tool not to scratch the part while I'm pulling it out. And this is of course just the first prototype extension, so these kind of things are quite normal to happen. I think it will be fine for all the testing that I need to do, and of course on the final version the holes are of course going to be properly aligned. Now just before I'm going to expand this hole to the M5 thread, I'm going to buff out these scratches on the lathe, just because if I buff it out later there will be some indentations where the holes are and it's not going to look very nice. So I'm going to quickly do this, not going to film it, and then just go straight to enlarging these holes. Alright, it's like brand new again, and it took me the same time it took me to polish it the first time, from the 400 grit to 1200, 1500, then 2000 grit sandpaper, and finally I just used a bit of polishing paste, and this is how it looks. And now only thing left to do is to thread the threads. And the last step is just to remove this burr with this chamfered bit right here. I'm doing it by hand because I want to remove as little as possible for the best aesthetical properties. And now I only need to remove these burrs from the inside, and I can do this with this file. Alright, so the one last thing that needs to be done is to make use of the wiring of the QR2. Usually when you make the conversion of your Fanatec wheel with the SRM conversion kit, you end up with the USB cable sticking out of your wheel, and then you need to connect it to the computer every time. So I want to avoid that, and I want to have the USB cable on the extension, and I want to transfer USB data with wiring using the connector of the QR2. As you can see, I'm using original pins and connector from Fanatec. For this conversion to work, you need to convert your wheel to USB using the SRM conversion kit. And I already did that with my F1 wheel, but it was too long of a process for this video, so I have decided that I will leave it for the next video and make a dedicated video just for the conversion of the wheel. And I do need to point out that this customization to the wheel is quite advanced, and if you dare to do that, I will try to explain it in the next videos for you to be able to make this conversion by yourself and use this extension in this way. So I'm thinking about offering this extension with and without the cable included, so you can decide by yourself how far you want to go. Do you just want to keep on using your USB wheel as normal, or you want to convert it and send the USB through the extension? So let us know what you think about this product. Leave a comment, definitely let us know what you think about it. And if you are interested in ordering, you can always contact us through our web form. And definitely consider subscribing and turning on the notifications to be notified when we put this extension into production and make a video about it. I hope you like this video and the approach of me sharing the development of products with you like this. I don't believe anybody is doing something like that, so showing the product before it is done and sharing development data and effort with their audience, so I hope you can appreciate that. And yeah, definitely do continue to follow us and do your own customization, because you are a customizer if you are watching this, so stay customized.